Hey guys, just wanted to take the time to talk about the state of the game. Not necessarily the meta, but that will play a part in it, but just the game as we know it. We get a new format and people complain about quitting the game. Yet nobody ever really does. Why is that? Bottom line is we love this game way too much. People complain about prices. You gotta realize that a decent majority of the prices we pay for stuff is the secondary market because that's the value that we as players put on it. Sure, Konami starts the process by determining rarities and then determining what to short print. But at the end of that, the more people want it, the more they're willing to pay for it. But that's the problem. Look at any other game. I mean, some of the most broken cards in Magic, save for Jace, you're talking 20, maybe 30 bucks. Some of those busted cards, it's 20, 30 bucks for a playset. And over in that game, that's 4 cards. You look at Pokemon, I mean, I don't even know where to go with that. There's so many different decks you can play in that game, and whether you're playing Reshiplosion or Zeklectric, or you're playing Curium Gator, it's just the 3 that I myself play. They're the some of the funnest and most consistent decks right now. You can build all those decks for like less than $100. Yet here in Yu-Gi-Oh, people are willing to pay, $200 for some cards. Think Duality a couple formats ago, $200 a pop. Tour guides were up to $200 a pop. The reprint was announced, and people were buying playsets at $175. Yet tour guides going for $150 a pop again now. The problem there lies solely in the fact that we create a secondary market value in and of ourselves, and then that stays the market because people are dumb enough to play it. People are like, I've done videos about how much I hate Max E. I would love to have a playset of Max E to play with. And at $30 a piece that you could get them for at YCS Dallas this past weekend, $90 for a playset of C, I might do that. If I could get it in $25 a piece, I'd be happy. Yet that's still ridiculously more expensive than playsets for anything in really just about any other card game. I don't speak for Vanguard. I don't know the game. In terms of the meta that we play in right now, I'm really sick and tired of hearing people bitch about Rabbit always wins, or Wind Up Loop pisses me off, or Inzectors are autopilot Luxac, or whatever the hell you want to say. We have the most diverse meta we have ever had in this game. Let's look at the past. Light Swarms with triple Lumina, triple charge. That was their format. Black Wings with DSF. Rescue Cat and DSF. With X-Sabers. We've had singular identifying decks for formats for the past couple years. Last format was Plant Synchro. That's the only reason Max C got its value, because that deck could only win by special summoning a bitch ton. Nothing else is like that. And, I had plenty of people complain about my hand trap video, and especially the way I ripped into Max C. Look at every player that you would call pro, the Ultra Reality Games people, or Pro Winston, or, any of these guys. And look what they're saying about hand traps right now. Look what they're saying about Max C. Side 2 for windups. We don't want it clogging our decks against anything else. I've been saying that all along, yet people said I was fucking retarded. Hey, guess who was right? But we're in a format right now. Sure, it started off is seemingly to have the trio. Now, having a trio in and of itself is honestly really balanced. That's a good thing. But it's really not a trio anymore. We have a 5-way format right now. 6-way format, if you include this weekend. Sure, Rabbit is still probably the top deck, but there's really nothing tier 0. We have a 6-way tier 1. We have Rabbit, we have Inzectors, we have Windups, we have Heroes, we have Dragons, and we have Dark World. There has never been a more diverse game state than what we play in right now. I mean, Rabbit absolutely rapes Inzectors and Windups, which are what at one time was called the trio, yet Rabbit has a horrible matchup against Heroes, Dark World, and Dragons, because all of these can outplus them. Heroes are going to super poly off their exceeds, and Dragons and Dark Worlds are going to put beaters on the field bigger than the 2400, which is all Rabbit knows how to do. Inzectors can +4, +6, +8, like mad if they go off. You throw Valor, they're done. You throw DD Crow on the one Hornet they have, they're done. You flip Shadow Mirror, good fucking game. You look at windups. Side 2 Max C, you're good to go. If you're already playing triple Valor, you Valor the Zen Mighty, and you're pretty much good to go. Chances are they stop there. Some builds may have an extra out to do a little more shenanigans, but most of them, a correctly timed Valor will slow down, if not completely stop them in their tracks at that turn. And everything that can stop the trio we had are these tier 1.5 decks that have proven themselves to be tier 1 because they have the matchup against tier 1. Heroes are plussing off Gemini Spark. Miracle Fusion is putting 3200 and bigger beaters on the field. If need to, they can put a 28 that gales your opponent's field. Dragons, with Red Eyes Darkness and Light Pulsar, Torrential becomes Raigeki. With 4 Torrentials and 2 Dark Holes in like every game, Dragons just laugh at that because it does nothing to them. Dark Worlds, their only weaknesses really are Shadow Mirror and Crow. And sure, everybody's citing Shadow Mirrors. A lot of players are playing Crow. But Dark World can freaking sack you in the first 2 or 3 turns really easy in the hands of a smart player making the right plays. And it's not that the deck is luck sack. It's that if you know what you're doing and how to do it, the deck will consistently put a 3K beater on the field, and there is nothing in this format that can stand up to that. At all. So before you keep bitching about the format, or bitching about getting wind-up looped, or plussed off Inzectors, or tired of being ran over by Logier and Dolka, bitch about Super Poly, hate getting sacked by Dragons, or, fuck Dark Worlds, those are new players that don't know what they're playing. No, they're not. What players have done for this format have been able to take decks that normally would have been overlooked in terms of what the top tier is considered to be, and have expanded on it. Many of the top name players aren't playing those top 3 decks right now. Yu-Gi-Oh! Trader 101, Joe from ARG, he's been playing Heroes. So is Pro Winston, for example. I've seen plenty of them pick up Dark Worlds. Some testing, I haven't seen a lot of them in major tournaments. There was one, I think, a month or 2 ago. Shit, I forget who it was. I don't want to say a name because I'll probably be wrong. That took Dark World to top 32 at Atlanta just to prove that the deck can work. Dragons just finally made their debut this past weekend, but the idea behind them has always been there. They're able to consistently put massive beaters on the field and control the game. And that is going to put them in a better position against everything else. I could go on, but I don't want to repeat myself, so I'm just going to go ahead and quit it there. But before you bitch about this format anymore, you have to realize that we have never played in a more diverse game state than what we have right now. This is by far the best format we've ever had. So with that, I bid you adieu. Peace out.